another episode of the Wiley Show. We have a lot of topics, y'all. I've been trying to upload pictures of different things. It's a lot of shows, a lot of topics we're talking about in this 2-hour show. We got to talk about the Cussing pastor, about his beef with Jason Lee. We got to get into Dream Doll, Wendy Williams, Kenya Moore, Jimmy Smacks. And we also got to get into some other local stories that happen in New York. So let me go. I'm going to say shout out to all the producers that are in the chat. Welcome to the Wiley Show. Let me get into this first subject that literally was in my DMs. A lot of people wanted me to talk about this football player. I guess he's a former football player from the Seahawks, Chad Whitler, arrested after strangling his girlfriend unconscious because she refused to bow to him while you're alive. I'm not going to post a picture of how she actually looked after the beating, but it looked really, really sad. So make sure y'all go to the Neighborhood Talk and y'all can go check it out. But I'm going to read what they wrote on their post. They said, according to the Daily Mail, Wheeler was arrested after police responded to a 911 call from his girlfriend who alleged she was being killed by her boyfriend. What's crazy is that it all started because Wheeler told his girlfriend to bow to him, but she refused, according to the police report. Per the report, he's accused of then grabbing his girlfriend, throwing her on the bed, strangling her until she lost consciousness. When she did regain consciousness, Wheeler was allegedly standing near the bed and said, "Wow, you're alive?" The 27-year-old Wheeler, who was taking bipolar medication, was released from jail in Seattle suburb of Kent on Tuesday on $400,000 bail. This is really sad. I think he lost his job as a football player, so he's now with the Seahawks. They finally fired him. ESPN was definitely was dragged on social media because they didn't talk about this story at all. They didn't have no conversation about the story. They didn't bring it up on ESPN. And I'm like, you do need to lose your life. This is a beautiful woman. She don't deserve to be beat. I don't know. They said the man was bipolar. And if that is the case, make sure you take your meds and make sure you go. But that doesn't give you the right to put your hands on a woman. So, and I was shocked that, they didn't really fire him that day, but it took them a while to really release him from his job. So I was watching it and I teared up and I'm like, why is it that men think it's okay? Some men, let me watch my words because I got a lot of people watching me. Why is it that some men think it is okay to put your hands on a woman? I'm going to say this, and I keep saying it on my show. You are not a real man if you're putting your hands on a woman. You're not a real man if you are picking up a woman, slamming her to the wall, slamming her on the table, body slamming her, choking her. That does not make you a real man. That make you sad. That make you weak. That make you a monster. And that does not make you do that. And bipolar don't want to assault anybody. I've been diagnosed and I don't want to assault anybody. I've never had a thought of assaulting a woman. I've been bipolar since 2, 3, 4 years. I have not want to put my hands on somebody and be abusive to a woman, especially to her. She's beautiful. That's a beautiful look at her. Where's she at? Right there. She's beautiful woman. And he put his hands on her. So I'm not with that. I'm really, really not with that. That you do that. You already know that these people and that you do this stuff, and you a man, you have more strength than that woman. So it's no way in the world. Okay. Yeah, I've been diagnosed for about 3 years, going on 4 years, been diagnosed with bipolar, and I never put my hands on a body. Even when I had a manic episode, only hands that I put on was property. Never, not a human being. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Only hands I put on was property, not a human being. So I just think that's not cool that you're putting your hands. Come on, putting your hands on a woman. And I don't even believe that he should be out in jail. He should be in a mental hospital, or he should have been in jail, get some psychiatric treatment. He should not be out on no 40,000. What was the bail amount for a $400,000 bill. No, it should have been 400 million. Okay. Only stuff that I've been putting in was property. I want to make that crystal clear, and I hope she get justice served to her because she needs it. And when you look at the picture, I'm not going to show it on this show because it was so disturbing. I'm not even going to bring it up on the show. But if you clearly look at the picture, she got marks in her nose and scars all on her face and the blood. It's like her skin is like a whole nother discoloration on her skin. And if you look at it, it's just like a whole nother like discoloration on her skin. It's really, really sad. And finally, the Seahawks have released Chad from the team. The Seahawks are saddened at the details emerging against Chad Wheeler. Strongly condemns this act of domestic violence. Our thoughts and support are with the victim. Chad is a free agent and no longer with the team. He or experienced domestic violence. Please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or go to thehotline.org. All calls are total free and confidential. The hotline is available 24/7 and is more than 170 languages. We encourage Chad to get the help he needs. If you are experiencing mental health issues, please reach out for help. For immediate help with mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. So he have been relieved, and he should have. He should have been fired. Okay, it took him a while to do it, but they did. Okay. So I'm gonna get to this next story. This other next story, I try to get the sad stories first. Another story that my producers wanted me to talk about and get insight with is this New York man shoots mom in the head and killing her after she tells him to get a job. It's a 22-year-old New York man allegedly shot his own mother after she told him he needs to get a job, according to the NBC New York. I don't know how to pronounce her name, Musa, M-U-S-A. Her last name C-A-M-A-R-A. Fatally shot his mother in the head in her 15-floor apartment at the Lujan Village houses. He was arrested Tuesday, just half a block East Harlem crime scene with the murder weapon still in his possession. While the rest of the family mourns, they are calling for him to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The victim's brother said he wants his nephew to rot in jail for the rest of his life. When authorities asked, why would you do such a thing? His answer, because he's a lazy bastard. And my sister told him to get a job and threw him out of the house. And this was his reaction. Police said that he was taken to the hospital for psychiatric evaluation. Following his arrest, he has been charged with murder, the NYPD confirmed early today. It is really sad. All she wanted him to get a job, get your life together, get a job. That does not give you the right to pick up a weapon and to shoot and kill your own mother. That, to me, that is so disturbing. That is so sad. It is so sad that this beautiful woman, life is gone, and then she's a mother, I think, of 7 children. So that means all the rest of the children have to suffer of not having their mother because you were upset and mad because she told you to get a job. She didn't want you to be late. She wants you to be a man. Like, come on. That is so wicked. And that story just even reminded me of a story back in Chicago when it was this young man. He killed his own mother. His mother put him in insurance, had him in insurance, and her insurance policy, the beneficiary, and she was the owner of a salon. And he killed her. He was going around flashing the money, and he had literally hired people to get her killed. Him and 3 other people, I believe. And I'm like, and he's arrested now. I think he spent the rest of his life in prison right now. And he need that. And I agree with the sister brother in this particular case that he need to rot in jail. He need to rot in prison. You have no right to do that. You have no right to do that. No right at all. And it's just not cool. Just like the case in Chicago. This was a beautiful mother, owned a salon, and this young man literally killed his mother and was flashing the money that he took from the mother insurance money. And they caught up with him because I think one of the people that he hired, they went on. This is really sad, and it's just disturbing that this happened. So I'm definitely praying for the family, and I'm praying that they get through this, because when the brother did the interview, oh my gosh, she was crying, y'all. It made me balled up in tears. I was like, oh. And I have to watch this stuff to report on it on my show. And I have to watch it. And the brother like broke, he was like in tears. He was so hurt. And he couldn't believe that his sister, is his baby sister, is gone, all because he told that the mother told him to get a job, all because she told him to get a job. That's something. Such a sad story, y'all. And y'all definitely pray for that family, pray for those kids, because I believe in that now they don't have their mother. So there's no telling where they're going to have to go, who's going to be providing for them. And this is like so sad. Really, really sad. All she told him to get a job. And then you go get a weapon and kill your mother. Oh yeah, you get the death. They probably got the death penalty in New York, but he definitely don't need to come back and back on the streets, because you your life for a life, spend the rest of your life in prison for taking the life of someone. All right. So let's get to the cussing pastor. Now, I don't know all the details on this case, on this situation, but apparently the cussing pastor went on Jason Lee's show and he felt some type of way. He felt that people was asking him questions that he did not like. He felt that his mic was getting cut off and he was letting Jason Lee have it. And he was saying the S word and using the S word. I'm like, why is the cussing pastor using the S word when you went on Maddie's show and she educated you on, not using the S word? And he was just using the S word all down in there, all in the live. So he was like, the name of the video, he said the Jason Lee setup. That was the name of the video. And he was saying that he was set up and he didn't like it. And then some people was talking about his criminal past, about him getting arrested for prostitution. Maybe he was the cussing pastor was upset. Then he was throwing out shade at Jason Lee, talking about that I get more views than you. I get more views. If you don't know what the S word is, you don't know what the S word is. You don't know what the S word is, you don't know what the S word is. Okay, it's 4 letters. If you don't know what it is, you just don't know what it is. Okay, we ain't gonna mess up the algorithm of the show. But what the S word? Anybody that's in the LGBT community know what that S word is, okay? So he was pretty much going at it, and the S word is a derogatory term towards the gay community. It's a derogatory term, right? It's just like calling a black person the N-word. It's a derogatory term, but most people, old school people, they use the S-word. Like my uncle, he used the S-word. When he preaches, he get up there, he's talking about, y'all got that S spirit. They use that terminology. You really would probably hear that growing up in church. You probably would hear that growing up in your home. If some of y'all probably used it, the word. So anyway, I won't say it because it's a filthy, nasty word. It's a filthy, nasty word. But he was just going at it, and he was talking about how much yoni he liked, the smell of the yoni. And he said, yes, I did get arrested because I wanted some yoni. Y'all got to go check it out. I was laughing, but I'm like, what was the issue? It's Jason Lee's show. Jason Lee does a show, and of course, you got to have a show where you being questioned. That's how the show goes about. When you on this show gagging, you got to understand the operation of the show. Sometimes Jason brings the guests on, and he bring the guests on to ask people questions. And if you don't like the questions that Jason is, that the guests bring on, then you clearly can exit from the show. The show is called gagging. Sometimes you're going to be the gag. Sometimes, they're going to ask you questions that's going to gag you. And that's just what it is. That's just how the show operates. The show is called Gagging with Jason Lee. If you don't want to be gagged, don't get on gagging. It's just that simple. It's literally that simple. And so he was upset. He was mad because he got gagged. And he just went on to start calling S words and all this and saying all this. I'm like, whoa, 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 Cussing Pastor, hold up. You was just about to do an event with Maddie, and you out here saying all this stuff? Come on. You was just about to do a show with T.S. Madison, and she told you not to use the S word that is derogatory. Don't use that word. And here you using the word. I don't understand that. Okay? So I wasn't there. I didn't listen to that whole entire I didn't listen to the whole entire show. So I was not even there when the situation happened. So when we open up the phone lines, if we have anybody from Gag Nation, you know, because you do have the trademark, Jason Lee, if you was there, make sure you call in and you can update us, because I was confused. I'm like, what's going on? Because I do know he had made his like a second appearance on the show, but he was mad and he was upset. Oh, babe, he was upset when it came to it. So ain't nothing wrong with it. He was mad and he was pressed and he was upset. All right, let's get into our next topic. All right, okay. Wow, I'm just saying in the comments. I'm saying in the comments what y'all saying. Okay, I'm saying in the comments. I'm saying in the comments what y'all saying. Oh, yes. Y'all in these comments, baby. If y'all y'all is here, I want y'all to call in this morning too. Okay, let's get into the next subject. Dream Doll. Oh my gosh, I love Dream Doll. But Dream Doll apparently went viral because she said she is the Queen of New York. And everybody, I don't know if y'all know, because I really don't talk about her much on my channel, but back, you know, I'm a huge Dream Doll fan. Shout out to my friend Diddy. I posted him. Actually, he's a rapper, and I've been, you know, he put me on to like Dream Doll for a long time ago. And so when she first started, he put me on to like Dream Doll. She would come to Chicago. She was like really, really lit. Actually, me and Amaya, we did a show, and we did a show about Dream Doll. And Dream Doll was actually watching the show. And Amaya said, Dream Doll will never happen. I was saying Dream Doll will happen. And she's really, really successful and everything like that. So we was, so it is what it is. So we was doing, like, we did a whole show about that. If I find that video, I'll bring it up. But I remember we did like a whole episode about that. But anyway, Dream Doll says she's the Queen of New York. And listen, she's talented. Everybody should say they the queen. And people's like, oh my God, you ain't the queen. What about Foxy? What about Kim? What about this? What about every female rapper when you put out that I'm the queen and all that? It's what it is, y'all. Like, they taking a big thing talking about she not talented. She is talented. Dream Doll is very talented. I remember I heard a song from Dream Doll, Funeral, featuring Lil' Kim. That is my song, okay? I love Pull Up. I definitely love Pull Up. So I'm just asking y'all, make sure y'all go check her out if y'all have not checked out Dream Doll. Very successful in my humble opinion. That's so I like her. I like her. And another reason why I like her is that when she comes to Chicago, she always show love. She performs, you know, she's very personal. She's not snobby. She's not nasty. She's a very cool woman, right? So people was just dragging her, saying, why is she calling herself the queen? Her sound, she's trying to sound like this person, sound like that person. I'm like, she's an incredible artist. Like, what's the problem that she says she's the Queen of New York? Every female rapper, they get up there and they're talking about they're the queen of this, they're the queen of that, or they're the HBIC. What's the problem when she said? What is the issue? So if you don't know who Dream Doll is, go with your iPhones, get your Androids. You know, I got some people that's from the old school. Y'all listen to Jer Levert and Luther Vandross and Temptations and all that, and the Four Tops. So get your cellular device, go to Apple Music, go to iTunes, type in Dream Doll. That's DREAM. And type in Doll, DOLL, and make sure you listen to some of her music. Okay, and then I want you to call in and tell me, how do she sound? If she's a good rapper. Okay, because I know some of y'all like, you know what I'm saying, y'all from the old school. You know what I'm saying? And you don't be knowing half these folks like this. So get your mobile device out of your pocketbook. Type in Dream Doll. Okay? Type in Dream Doll and listen to it. Type in Dream Doll. She will pop up. All right? Okay, yeah. So somebody said Teen Android, you'll type it in. With the shirts that I bring up, just type it in and you would have a good time. Just type it in your phone, type it in and listen to it, okay? If some of y'all is at work, okay, if you at work, put on a little Dream Doll and say, listen to one of her songs. I want you all to, I would like to y'all to listen to Bundles. I like Bundles. I like Pull Up, and I like Funeral featuring Lil' Kim. I liked it. I wish she would have did like a whole album. I mean, a video for that song. Let me actually go in her DM. Let me actually leave for a voice note. Let me leave for a voice note. Let me leave for a voice note. Okay. What's up, Dream Doll? Yes, you are the queen of New York. Don't let none of these people get under your skin. You are the queen. You are beautiful. You are talented. You are a dope artist. Keep up the good work. And if you ever want to come on the Wiley Show, I'm always welcome to. I would love to interview you. You are beautiful. I'm covering you right now and bringing new people on into your camp to listen to your music. So keep up the good work. Keep making these girls mad, and you keep making that paper. Peace. All right. I left for a voice note. Okay. So, and I'm definitely okay. Okay, and I had to leave for a voice note. All right, I left her a voice note. What's the problem? What's the problem? She is the queen. If she says she the queen of New York, she the queen of New York. And who's mad? Who's mad that she says she the queen of New York? Clearly bow down to Queen Dream Doll of New York. What is the problem? What is the issue? Okay. What's the problem? Y'all don't think she the queen of New York? And then if y'all don't think she the queen of New York, let's do a poll. Press 1 if she the queen of New York. Press 2, she not the queen of New York. Press 1 if she the queen of New York. Press 2, she not the queen of New York. Let's just do it. Press 1 if she the queen of New York. Press 2, she's not the queen of New York. Press 1, she's the queen of New York. Press 2, she's not the queen of New York. Oh my gosh, look at all these 2s. What is going on? It's a lot of 2s in here. It's a lot of 2s in here. Look at all these 2s. Look at all these 2s. I'm so shocked that you all don't think that she's not the queen of New York. I am so shocked. Oh, wow. I am so shocked that y'all saying that she's not the queen of New York. I am so shocked that y'all saying she's not the queen of New York. Okay, let's move on. Wow, y'all is really in these comments saying she's not the queen of New York. Wait a minute. Okay. All right, let's move on. Y'all, I'm shocked. Maybe because y'all from the old school, y'all know nothing about this new rap. Y'all probably y'all from the old school. Y'all don't know because it ain't the Temptations or it ain't no Shirley Caesar. That's probably why y'all press it too. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Let's get Kenya. Let's go move on because they, let's. So I got Kenya Moore up here because apparently, let me make sure I go to neighborhood talk because it's like 2 stories with Kenya Moore. One with her husband. I think her husband is saying that he's going to do a show. Kenya Moore, this is Mark, said reportedly gearing up for his own reality show about Black businesses, just days after confirming the end of his marriage to Kenya. So, according to Neighborhood Talk, reportedly, Kenya Moore, estranged husband Mark, already let the cat out of the bag. He and Kenya have finally decided to end their marriage. But Mark is here to say the restaurant owner is gearing up for his own reality show. According to Gossip, he just started production with another celebrity co-host. Set in Brooklyn, the show would feature and revolve around Black-owned businesses, restaurant management, even love. Sources said Mark could be seeking a new relationship on the show, so let's hope he's luckier in love this time around. Will y'all be watching this show? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. I probably would watch the first episode just to be messy. I would watch to see what this is about. But yes, the husband, I guess her ex-husband to be is going to be doing this show for the restaurant. I'm here for it. I would definitely be watching. I'm definitely going to watch this show, and I'm keeping it 100% real. I'm going to be watching this show. Okay, I don't know if some of y'all not going to be watching. Okay, most of y'all saying no. Most of y'all saying no, y'all ain't watching that show. Okay, press 2 if you ain't gonna be watching it. Press 1, you gonna watch. Press 2, you not gonna watch. Press 1, you gonna watch the show. Okay, it's a lot of twos up in here saying y'all ain't gonna watch it. Y'all, this is a tough crowd today. Y'all, some of y'all not gonna watch it, so it's a no for me. It's a no. Two. Y'all is something else in this crowd. Okay, y'all saying no. Okay. This is embarrassing. Watch you going to be way nicer to the new girl. Probably to a white girl. I'm just saying. That's probably it. Also to Kenya Moore. My producers want me to talk about this. Kenya Moore finally admits that she should have distanced herself from Apollo. It bothers his wife. So this is on Neighborhood Talk. They said neighbors, after all this time, it looks like Real House of Atlanta, Kenya Moore may have realized that she was a little too comfortable around Phaedra Parks' former husband, Apollo. From being tossed in the pool to allegedly meeting up at hotels, just about everything was tired of the woman. Phaedra labeled Kenya Moore a whore and that scammy husband who went to work every day, but no one knew what he did for a living. During a recent episode of Bravo's Watch What Happened Live, Kenya stated, I think I could have just distanced myself from Apollo altogether, not being so chummy, especially when it's bothered his wife. After being asked if she could have handled the situation differently, as for the relationship with Phaedra, Kenya stated that we don't have a relationship, but we've been on each other's social media and we made jokes and stuff. So I think it's pretty cordial. Perhaps Phaedra will recant saying that Kenya spent her weekends through sperm banks looking through the catalogs trying to find a donor, not knowing if her baby daddy would be an ex-murderer or a child molester. But she would know is that he needed $10 to get from a medium-sized pizza. Oh, wow. This is something. Well, I'm glad that she finally came because she was too close to Apollo. Even though I think they were screwing. Now, me personally, I think they were screwing. But you really can tell that this show, that this episode, and I'm going to be real with you, I can just clearly say that this show, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, they are literally scrambling for ratings. Okay, they're really scrambling for ratings. So this show definitely, they really need to get it together. They are scrambling for ratings when it comes to that. And I'm just keeping it 100% real. They are scrambling for ratings because anytime you bring up Phaedra, Apollo, baby, y'all are scrambling for some ratings. Okay. And this live, we will be playing exclusively my interview that I did with Michelle ATL and the owner and operator of ATL and we will be playing that interview, the one and only, straight from the A, owner and operator of Michelle ATL. We will definitely be playing that in this live. Okay. So, all right, King, you said what you said. I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to Wendy Williams. Let's move on to Wendy Williams, okay? All right, where's Wendy Williams? Wendy Williams, where you at? Where you at? Producers, put a picture up there. Put a picture up there. So Wendy Williams, y'all already know her documentary, her movie is going to air this week, okay? The movie and the documentary is going to air this week. Great documentary, great movie. Okay, it's gonna air this week. I can't wait to watch it with everybody and review it with everybody. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. But Wendy was pretty much throwing out shade at Kelvin, not Kevin, Kelvin Hunter, and also his side, his baby mama. Okay, she ain't decided she's now the baby mama. She was throwing out shade about the car in my car. She was throwing out shade at the baby mama. She was talking about, oh, the baby should be about 2 or 3 years old. So she was throwing out shade. Everybody knows Wendy Williams is throwing out shade with Kevin Hunter and his baby mama because she got her documentary coming out and movie. She want this documentary and movie to get 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8 million views. That's why she's doing it. Okay, she is doing this for this movie and documentary to get millions of views. So what she's doing, she's creating as much controversy as possible, SMS drama to drive y'all to go to Lifetime to view her movie and documentary. And I heard from people that viewed it, they said the documentary is more entertaining than the movie. That's what I heard. Now, I will be going live immediately following the documentary, and I will be going live immediately following the movie and the documentary, and I will be viewing it, and we'll allow you to call in to give your thoughts about the situation. Now, Wendy has been looking really good. Like, she ain't been looking sickly. She ain't been fainting. She ain't been coughing hysterically. I really think that she's at peace right now. I really, really believe so. And me personally, I do believe the reason why she that way because her production people is like, listen, Wendy, you got one more time to get sick, and you out of here. So they probably gave her a warning, like, sis, we ain't gonna keep having you on TV and you keep falling out and keep having these sicknesses up. We're gonna just end your contract. So I really believe like she know that she cannot keep getting up and around and getting sick and leaving a show because ain't gonna keep no job that way, right? She ain't gonna keep no job. So the movie will come out Saturday on Lifetime. Some people already viewed. I had a friend, he viewed the movie, he viewed the documentary because some people were able to see it early. I didn't want to see it early. I want to see it when the people see it early because it don't make sense. Me see something early and I can't talk about it. No, baby. If I see it, I want to be able to talk about it. So I'll watch it when everybody else watch it, and then I talk about it. I don't want to watch it early and I can't talk about it. What the world is me watching something early and I can't even talk about it? I don't want to watch that early. Then it may slip out. You know, it may slip out. I might talk about the documentary in the movie. So no, I don't want to watch it early if I can't talk about it, and then I got to sign an NDA saying I can't talk about it. No. I want to talk about it. So that's why I say I'll watch when everybody else watch it because it's hard for me to watch something early and I cannot talk about it. I'm just keeping it real. All right. So I don't have no updates on DJ Booth. DJ Booth ain't gonna tell us what really went down. He living his best life. He ain't gonna tell us that how he screwed and licked up Yoni. He ain't gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna keep that a secret. Daytime, she tried to get the tea on DJ Booth, and he still didn't tell her. And she showed up to the club when DJ Booth was at, and he didn't tell her what was going on. So if he didn't tell Candace, he definitely not gonna tell me. Okay, if he didn't tell Candace what went on from daytime tea time, he definitely ain't gonna tell me. So he probably did bang that and licked it and all type of allegedly. That's what what's the name said? Tasha K. Did Tasha K say that? I don't know. I think Tasha K said he banged that or licked it or did something. They said that. I think Tasha K said that Wendy Williams used to be drunk, touching on folks, and just being very aggressive to her staff and all that. I think that's what she said in her report, and I could be wrong. I think that's what she said. So let's move on to our last subject, and then we're going to play this Michelle Etienne interview. Okay, then we will open up the phone lines. All right, Jimmy Smacks. Let's see if we can bring Jimmy Smacks. Oh, wait a minute. Before we bring Jimmy Smacks, let me get K Michelle up here. Now I put K Michelle up here. Now my producer, child, they give me a whole list of people to talk about. So let me see, why did they put K Michelle up here? What did K Michelle do to make it to the docket? So let me scroll down. Okay, this is what they meant. K Michelle speaks on leaving Love and Hip Hop and launching their new show. It was time for something bigger than throwing drinks. This is what K. Michelle said. So life for me is completely changing. For 6 years of my life, I was on a show called Love and Hip Hop. It really helped me reach a lot of my goals at the time. I never knocked that blessing, but I know in my heart I could no longer participate in something I was not passionate about and had no desire to be on camera with any of the cast. I just didn't care. I knew it was time for something bigger than throwing drinks. I wanted to turn my pain into purpose. So it's finally here. I started filming my new show on Lifetime in February, and it's such an amazing feeling. Not only watch your dreams come true, but to know it'll be helping women to live, saving lives. Little old me, when they count you out, God will count you in. That is what she's saying. So she's leaving Love and Hip Hop, and she's going to be tape her own show. So I don't know if she's going to be talking about when she had got surgery and got all that gucky stuff, all that foam and stuff out of her buttocks, because it was really, really making her sick. So I don't know how this show going to turn out. I don't know. We shall see how this show going to turn out. But that's another person that's doing a show on Lifetime. Okay, I know you get tired of be throwing drinks to that little change. You know, you ain't getting that paid that much money, because I saw this some of these salaries. I heard some of these salaries they make on Love and Hip Hop. To do all that, throwing drinks and all that, you be making them more money. Because most of the cast make a bulk of their money from Love and Hip Hop when they go out to clubs and all that. You ain't really making no money. Just look at Bobby Lights. He had all that money for drinks and all that. His car got declined, and the bartender was like, "Listen, I need my money. I need my money." He was like, "I'm a celebrity. Baby, that celebrity stuff ain't gonna get you nowhere if you can't pay for your drinks. Okay, you gotta pay for your drinks." So he's on Love and Hip Hop, but them checks are dry. Okay, I'm just saying. Now, somebody sent this to my email. I don't know who is this. I think this is somebody team sent this to my email, and I'm going to read it to y'all before we get into our last subject, since we're talking about Love and Hip Hop. Give me a second. Now, somebody sent this to me. I don't know what this is about, but I'm going to read it. No, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to read this yet. I'm going to wait. I ain't going to read it. I ain't going to read it. Let me get to Jimmy. All right, because we've been on here long enough. All right, I ain't gonna read that yet. I'm gonna wait till the next video. Okay, let's go. Let's get into Jimmy Smacks. All right, and this is Trina ex-boyfriend or ex-boo. All right, so he is for people that do not know him, he is the OnlyFans king. He makes a lot of money on OnlyFans, where apparently he was sucking on a transgender pink, sucking on a transgender candy stick. And everybody and their mama was everybody. Oh my gosh, he was getting death threats and all this. And I'm like, why is y'all letting this Jimmy Smacks person? This person is a king of trolling and getting people to subscribe to his OnlyFans. Now, mind you, it is free to join, but in order for you to look at the content, you have to pay for individual posts, which it can either get you up to $50. Now, I had a producer that is on Jimmy Smacks Patreon, OnlyFans, and in the video, you don't even see him. Okay. And I saw it too. You don't see him really like his face sucking on the transgender peen. You don't see that. Now you see some sucking all that, but you really can't tell if it's him or not. But regardless of what it is, everybody was in the web war. And I said it's a woman. So at the end of the day, it just so happened this is a woman with a little extra candy, a little area of flesh to suck. So I don't see a problem of why y'all talk about, oh my gosh, he's gay. He's not gay if you're sucking on a transgender woman. Why? Because a transgender woman is a woman. So he's not gay if he's sucking on a transgender candy stick. Ain't nothing gay about that. She's a woman. All right. So I don't see a problem with it. And he's making a lot of money. He makes thousands, probably millions on OnlyFans. Okay. Makes a lot of money on there. And he does that. He even had a little person. She's a woman, grown woman. I'm not gonna say the M word. I'm gonna say little person. That is the politically correct term. So with that video garnered about 3 to 4 million views and made money because the little person was on there hopping on and stuff like that. And she's a grown woman, but she's a little woman, a little person. That is the politically correct term to use. So Jimmy Smacks, this is what he does, and he's saying, "Hey, I'm not gay or whatever. This is what it is." He said, "I do this to create content. I do this to drive up sales," and he's doing this to drive up sales. And y'all rush to go, "Oh my God, let me see if he's sucking on this trans feed." Then you gotta pay the money. Then when you see the video, it ain't even like what you think it's like. It's somebody in there gucking, but I don't think it's him. I don't think it's him. I think it's somebody else that is sucking on the peen. I don't think it's him sucking on it. I don't. I don't think it's him sucking on it. It could have been. I don't think it's him. I think it's not him. I don't. Well, my friend think it's him. I don't think it is him. But regardless of it is, my friend had to pay the money to get on the post, to see the post, to see the video. So regardless of it is, if it's him, not him, you paid your money. So everybody was like, "Wiley, he's he's gay." I'm like, he's not. This is a trans woman. She's a woman. Okay, so how could he be gay if they're looking on? He just got a woman. It's no difference if a man were to sleep with his wife and he lick on, the little strap on. I don't see a problem with that either. I'm just saying we will open up the phone lines and let y'all call in and stuff like that. We would definitely let y'all call in on that and let y'all get yourself on there and call in and get y'all opinion on it, okay? But everybody and their mama was, I saw some nasty comments. Some like, "You up there sleeping with somebody that got the same thing you got, you on your way to hell. Ain't no way in the world I'ma let you screw me," and you licked on a woman with a peen. They were really going in. Me personally, it's just your personal preference. If you don't want, is that
your show now?
Give me a second.
Press 1 to hear important instructions.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Blog Talk Radio.
That was on. Okay. So that was the situation. Now, what did y'all think about in the comments? Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. But this is what Maddie said on it. Y'all do know Maddie is a trans woman, and she had this to say on her social media. Let me see if I can pull up the tweet. All right, let's go to the tweet. Let me screen share, let y'all see it. Give me a second. Let's go to it. All right. It's baby you. I'm just saying. I think she, this is what Maddie had to say. All right, let's go to it. She said this. All right, can y'all hear me? She said this. "If you like to F with trans women, that's your business. And the public don't need no explanation. Only persons that need to be notified is the person you dedicated to. I do feel like your spouse should know. Give them the right, but it's not our duty to tell them either." What do y'all have to say about that? Did y'all see that? It's not our right. It's not your duty. She said, pretty much, she said, it's not transgender duty for telling somebody about the situation. Okay? There you go. All right. So I'm about to do is open up these phone lines and allow y'all to call in. Now, the number is 646-716-8447. That is the call-in number. What do y'all have to say about it all? How do y'all feel about it? Now, mind you, this man sleep with a lot of women. Okay? Transgender. Now, let me give a disclaimer. Don't get on here. You may not have to agree. They'll be coming on here using these terms that is these nasty terms that y'all know some of y'all can use. Don't get up here because I'm gonna boot you out. Because we had to get somebody together yesterday because they wanted to be disrespectful towards Maddie. You're not gonna be her disrespectful. You better get your point across professionally. Don't be nasty and disrespectful, or I'm gonna boot you off. All right, write it down on a piece of paper. If you know, hey, listen, Wiley, I'm gonna be disrespectful. Don't do it. Okay. And then I'm gonna play some parts of this interview. So call in, people. I'm waiting for y'all to call in. Let's take about 5 or 6 calls. Then we're gonna play this ATL interview. Let me get these calls in first, because the lines don't last long. So don't be hanging up. Call in. We ain't gonna be here all day. Get your point across. All right. Turn me down the background. Wake up. Turn me down the background. Just have me on. Don't have me playing with the TV. All right. Let's go to this caller. 9199. Call you on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey. This is my first time calling in, so I'm excited. I've been watching you for a while, watching you grow. I just want to say I love you. I love your content. I think you keep it real, which I really appreciate. My only comment is about Kenya Moore. I feel like she's reaping what she sows right now. Karma is a B. I feel like her husband, I forget his name. I never really liked him. I think that you have to be a submissive woman to be with him. I think Kenya is not that. And I think that he really married her just to kind of capitalize off of her fame and do his own thing. I don't think he was ever really genuine. And I feel like what goes around comes around for Kenya, because she was extremely out of pocket and disrespectful in her interactions with Apollo. Okay. So now here it is. The chickens have come home to roost, so to speak. That's all I really have to say. Like you said, I will be tuning into the first episode of his reality show because, just to be a little messy, just to see what he got going on. But after that, I probably will not support him because I feel like he's just an opportunist.
Well,
and that's pretty much all.
All right, we thank you so much. I'm telling you, thank you so much for calling in. But regardless of it all, I think Kenya and the husband use each other. Personally, I don't think it was a real marriage. Even Michelle even kind of agree with that. And I'm going to play that interview of hers. But I just think it wasn't even a real marriage. I think it was a fake marriage. I think it was just for TV and they used each other. That's how I personally feel about it.
Okay, I never looked at it like that. But, if that is the case, this would be the second time that Kenya has brought someone on. If you remember, oh, yeah, the first time she had that guy that it was so obvious that he wasn't into her.
Right.
I forget his name because he was like a one season thing, and he was gone. Yeah, so she's very pretty, but very troubled. Very pretty on the outside, but on the inside, she's got a lot of work to do, and that attitude just kind of it's holding her back in the love department.
I feel you on that.
Anyway,
and you know what? I want to say this, man, before you go. But thank you so very much for calling into the show for your first time.
Yes, and I'll be calling again. I wanted to speak on another subject,
Go ahead,
Ms. Jaguar, right? But I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna wait until something else comes up. I'm gonna stick to the script because we're not talking about her today.
Okay.
But I will. We can't give them all the shine. There's other things to talk about. So the next time you have a subject on her, I will call in again because I have a lot to say about that.
I feel you on that. We thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, thank you for everything that you do, bringing us all the tea, Mr. Wiley.
Thank you so much. All right.
Okay.
Well, that's wonderful.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. She was holding on for a while to call in. Thank you, ma'am. All right, let's go to the next caller. Let's go here. 4772, caller on the air. 4772. All right, you have music playing. Call back in. 0369, caller on the air.
Hello?
Hey, good morning. You live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, good morning, Wiley. I'm a new subscriber, and I enjoy your show very much. Right. I just want to talk about a few things. First, about this Kenya Moore. I don't know how a marriage ended that never started. She only wanted the peen and a baby.
That's it.
So however she her, whatever in her mind, and she thought it was a real marriage. That's her business. Now, this thing with the football player. Now, is this woman that he put his hands on? Is she a black woman?
She's a black woman. I heard that she's a black
woman.
Yeah,
this is why it didn't get the press. That's exactly why it didn't get the press that it needed to get. The press that it needed to get. It's simply because she was a black woman. It was a white man who did it to her. So that's the whole thing with that. So that's why it wasn't put on, because this is the first time I've ever even heard about this story. And it's a shame that we found out so late about this.
Yes,
and as far as Dream Doll.
And let me add on to that. And the media, that's the key too. That's probably why the media didn't talk about it, because they probably didn't want him with a black woman in the first place. But go ahead.
There you go. And Dream Doll, as far as her being the queen of whatever, no.
Queen, she said she the queen of New York. That's what she said. So you don't believe in that?
Not. No, she's not. My thing is, if they really want to keep it real hip hop, then do it like how real hip hop did back in the days. Battle for it. If you want that crown, battle for it. Show your real skills. I mean, it's nice that we see, her pretty little face on TV and in videos shaking her ass. But what really is she the queen of? I don't listen to any of her music.
You don't listen to any of her music, so how would you know she's not the queen? Can you do this for me, ma'am? Listen to one of her songs. That's the reason why I know, because I don't listen to any of her music. Can you go and give it a try? Do you have a phone where you can listen to music, to her music? Can you go and listen to one of her songs and call back and tell me how you like it? But go ahead. I just want you to listen to one of her songs.
I'll give it a chance.
Okay.
I've seen her on TV, so I know her face. I know who she is because of the Love and Hip Hop. But her music, no, it's never nothing that I just. First of all, it's like all these girls coming. It's like a carbon copy. They all look alike. They're starting to all sound alike. It's getting kind of boring and repetitious, and it's But that's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say. And I wish you good luck on your show.
Oh, thank you. You called in. I know it's gonna be blessed. I feel it right now. We thank you, and I want you to. You got to do this. Listen to one of her songs and tell me how you like it.
Okay, I surely will.
Okay. All right. Thank you so very much.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye. Okay. Oh Lord, I can't believe y'all are here talking about somebody else. Baby, I'm just moving the show along. Good morning, Anonymous. You live on the air.
Yes, good morning, Wiley. This is the cat lady from yesterday.
Oh, ahead.
Listen, let me just say this, Wiley. I have been watching you since the Beat Sector. I watched you when you probably had 5 people in your chat. We would be up late at night. I was under a different name. And I remember all of your stories, okay? Like because they were so interesting. You came out and you said, you gave us advice to mothers. Look, don't let your sons go and spend the night over their friends' houses. Be careful with your boys, because I was 8. You said you were 8 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you had your first experience, and it was a sleepover. Mm-hmm. So you spoke about being homosexual as a bad thing. You said you didn't like it. You said, I want to be different. I want to one day have children. Mm-hmm. You poured your whole heart out. And that was one of many conversations that we had, right? With our small group of people.
We did.
So number one, to call me transphobic, homophobic, whatever the case may be, I'm taking your advice. You're a very smart young man.
I understand it, but don't take what I say to be disrespectful or traumatic. Just say, hey, I don't agree with this. It is what it is, but don't try to call her something else. Say, oh, she this. You could disagree all day. That is your right as
but you
American.
Muted me
because you were going into saying that she's not a woman, and we just disagree with that. She is a woman. That's just how it is. That's just what it is on this show.
Why?
Yes.
Wiley. Okay, I would never use the F word. I would never use the T word. I would never be disrespectful to anyone, let alone someone
let's
who's
talk
on
about
your
this.
Show.
How do you feel about the Jimmy Smacks? How did that make you feel? Him sucking on a woman's equipment or candy stick, I would say. I'm trying to make sure, because we have a family show. So how did that make you feel as a woman?
Okay, as a woman, for me, it makes me know, never mind, because it's not someone sucking on. I don't have two parts. Okay. So I don't care about that. However, for Trina, I do wonder if she knew that her man was into that. I live in Miami. I know Trina. I'm wondering whether or not the girl knew whether or not her ex-man was bisexual. Because in that case, if you see let's say my husband, I'm sure if I bust out with a nice cat, and then I keep referring to cat, but a nice cat, and then I pull out this little tiny little ping on the side, he'll be like, wait, you pretty and everything. That's not the way I swing. He would not have. I would have scared him. So unless he's into it, or let me go back. Let me play devil's advocate. Unless maybe he was so in love with this girl, and they already discussed it, and he felt, okay, you know what, I'm willing to accept that. Then that's their thing. But if I was dating someone and they told me, look, you know, I've sucked a guy's thing before or a girl's thing before, both rather, I couldn't be with him. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it, because that would make him bisexual. And is bisexual a terrible thing? No, if that's what you want to be, but it's not something that I would prefer.
That you
and
would
I
be
doubt
into.
very right
Okay.
for me.
But that's
it's not something I would prefer.
All right. But
right. That's all I can speak for is myself.
Okay. But we thank you so much for calling this morning, telling us how you really feel. And I don't know if Trina knew this or did not know it. Me personally, I believe the brother is just doing this to drive up sales for OnlyFans. He's not the only one. You have a certain term being gay for pay, where certain straight guys, they will market to gay guys, but they don't sleep with gay guys, but they will market their OnlyFans to them because they know that they have the money and they're going to give the money. So me personally, I don't think the man is bi. I just think Jimmy Smacks is doing this to get that coin and that money, and that's all that he cares about. I don't think that. I think he sleep with women. I think he will play these games. Hey, I'm sucking on this with this trans woman, and he probably will suck on it just to get you to go to his OnlyFans and pay that money. But his end game is the money. That's what I think with his end game, to go viral, to get traction, and the more people talk about it, and the more people promote his OnlyFans. That is what Jimmy Smacks cares about, in my humble opinion.
Okay, and one last thing, let me ask you. So there's different type of trans people, correct?
Okay.
If you do not go through with the full surgery,
okay,
I feel that you are not committed.
No, that's not true.
I can dress up I can dress up again, a cat or an animal or a dog.
But trans
I can
women,
dress them up with a wig and say that they are trans. If you don't,
if I want to put on a wig and say I'm trans, you can't tell me what I'm not. That's what it comes with. Trans women. It's a very complex situation.
You will not be a woman.
Again, that's your personal opinion concerning that, and I'm not trying to change your personal opinion. It is what it is. You feel that way about how you feel about trans women. That's your personal opinion. But if I were to put on a wig and say I'm a trans woman, that's me. That's my life. That's how I feel about it, and it is what it is. Would I let you try to change it? Say, oh, that's just how I feel about it. So trans women come. Some do the surgery. Some don't do the surgery. Do that take away from them being a trans woman? No, that's just how they let it out. If you don't agree with that, then don't sleep with a trans person. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. She's talking about I'm dressing up like a cat. What that got to do with it? But I hear what you're trying to say. Okay. And again, I'm not a trans woman. If we have any trans people in the house, if you want to call in to educate us. 5840, calling you on the air.
Hey, Wally, just want to say your show, let me find out, is trending because originally we came up with this. I'm the icon from New York. We have the voice from New York, and now we have the queen from New York. Wow, let me find out she's a producer. Dream Doll, come on to the Wiley Show so the icon from New York can officially deem you as the queen of New York.
Yes.
Come out the bushes. But yeah, I just want to touch on Jimmy Smacks. Guys, this happens in real life. Even if he's pretending or playing,
come on.
People do sleep with trans women. You have males that like the trans woman part. I mean, we are in 2021, guys. I mean,
Facts.
It is what it is.
And guess what? That ain't gonna never change.
He had to turn up his comments.
People gonna like what they gonna like, and people is going over there and gonna be nosy. People think that it's a lot of men that like to sleep with trans women. Period. Men that got the deep voice, you wouldn't even imagine that they would be into that, but they into it. So that ain't gonna never change.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know who he was until yesterday. So you see,
I knew who he was because I have a friend that's love his content, watches his content, and I don't pay for it. I just get on his OnlyFans. Hey, let me get into your account and see what's going on. He's obsessed with like OnlyFans, so that's one particular person that he watches. And so obviously, like you said, you didn't know about him until yesterday. Now that's even going to drive more traffic to his OnlyFans. You're curious, and some people are going to pay that money just to be nosy.
And some trans is probably going to throw themselves at him now. You know?
Facts. And that's more money.
You know they got the purse.
And that's more money for him to screw trans. That's a whole nother market to go into. So
absolutely,
that's money. It's people that will do it, will screw for that coin. It's a certain thing being gay for pay. You know, people would play on those roles for that money. You know what I'm saying? And there's no telling how much money he'll make now getting into that market. Because there's a lot of people that will be interested in watching it. That's a whole nother sector.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. We thank you so very much, Icon, and good morning to you, sir, for calling in.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right. Well, we got the next. Let's see what the next caller in here gonna do. Oh gosh, it's a lot of y'all. We're gonna keep it short and sweet. 8375. Good morning.
Good morning, Wiley. How you doing?
Bless. I know you just woke up, but I know you got some on your mind this morning.
Actually, I work from home, so I try to get up kind of early. And you come on, I'll be like, I got to rush and do this and get ready for work. But going back to the question, well, you said something Maddie said, and at the end she said that she don't think that, I guess telling the next person that you're transgender. I want to read it again.
She said, if you like to F with trans women, that's your business, and the public doesn't need no explanation. Only person that needs to be notified is the person who you dedicated to. I do feel like your spouse should know. Give them that right, but it's not our duty to tell them either. That was the statement that Maddie made.
I feel like it is your duty, honestly. I feel like it's just as much as your duty to tell another man that you're a trans woman than for me to tell a female or a male that I have AIDS or HIV. That's very important because it's called deception. You not telling me is deceiving me. I had a man that I was dating that literally, when we got ready to have sex, that man pulled my clothes down. It was just like, I want to see if you're a man or a woman, because he had insecurities, because he said that him dating, he had came across males that was dressed as females that would not identify that they was actually trans or bisexual. Yes, I feel like you should identify what you are. Now, people are getting hurt behind that by not identifying as to what you are. But it hits personal for me because I am a woman, Wiley, and I don't look down upon nobody. I am a full-blooded woman. stretch marks, vagina, 3 kids, all of that. And I do kind of take offense as a woman to hear a man call himself a woman. To me, a trans woman is a man. It's no different if I invite him or her into my house and we commit to having sex. You're going to insert your candy stick, right?
Not in all cases.
You don't have.
Not in every case, though, ma'am.
You don't.
Not in every case. But for me, you may not feel that because maybe you're closed-minded, maybe you're not up with the times, but trans women is women, and that is what it is. They're not going anywhere, and they've been out for a long time, right? So that's how I feel, and we should respect them as such of it. Now, I feel like trans women get thrown under the bus for them living their own life, for their own existence.
No, I don't. I try not to, because I try to keep my heart in a sacred place, you know, when it comes to loving everybody. I don't look down upon nobody, but that's just me feeling like this as a woman, you know, and I'm not closed-minded, none whatsoever. I'm a woman, you know, I am a female, literally, period. I don't have to guess about this. I don't have to dream about this. This is not a feeling. This is life. I don't get to put on a wig and makeup and dress it up and make it pretend to be something that is not. This is my life, and I do kind of get offended when I hear people say trans women, because you have a candy stick. I don't have a candy stick. I don't have that.
But ma'am,
So
when the last time, can I ask you this, just playing devil's advocate in this conversation, when the last time you had a conversation with a trans woman? When the last time you had dinner with a trans woman? When the last time you went outside with a trans woman or had a conversation with a trans woman?
I have never went out or had dinner with a trans woman, period. I have a gay cousin. He's sweet as pie, but he don't dress as a woman. He's a gay man. Me and him have these conversations. And I think there's a lot of divisiveness also in the gay community, because if you let him tell it, he feel like flamboyant gay people should not even be teaching kids in school. But if I have another conversation with another gay person, they will feel like, oh, that's okay, ain't nothing wrong with her, because they are teachers. But my gay cousin, who live as, like I said, he's sweet, but he lived his life as a man. And he feels like flamboyant gay men should not be teachers of children, because he feels like a lot of people, or a lot of men that are either trans or gay, somebody has been abused.
No, not in every case. Not because I've bet with men and I have never been abused. So that's a misconception that they feel like if you gay, you had to be touched. No. Now, have some been touched? Yes, but not every person that identify as being gay have been abused. That to me,
and I agree.
Right. So
I agree.
For me, I feel like I think what women have to understand that trans women exist. It's not my duty to tell them that they're not women. If they identify as a woman, even with Biden, now he finally giving trans the right to join the military, which they should have a right to join the military, because Trump took that away, and now Biden signed an executive order that allow them to join the military. It is what it is. I feel as though that we should respect them, but you don't have to agree with it. But they are here, is what I'm trying to say, and they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, they're here. They've been here since the beginning of time. Men have been lovers of themselves. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Ain't nothing new. Everything that is going on now, it's been going on. It's just been hidden or in secret or quiet. Yeah, am I glad that some of these people are coming out and being their true selves? Honestly, yes, because now you don't have to lie. It's the deception that gets me. I don't like the whole deception thing. But you know what? I would date a bisexual man. If he was honest and told me I'm bisexual, because of his honesty, he's given me a choice to make a decision as to what I want to do in this friendship or this relationship. But I can tell you, I couldn't date a trans woman. And I don't think trans women want women, do they? They want men, right?
I feel you on that, and we thank you so much for your comments.
All right, y'all have a good day.
All right, thank you, you too. No, I was somebody asked, well, what happened to Wiley at 8 years old? We both were 8 years old. We both were kids. We were messing around. That's the story that I gave. But we will go back and I'll give you another story time with that on a whole nother day. But just not right now. But was I touched by an adult? No, we was the same age and we was messing around, same age, and he was, it is what it is. He was an adult. We were both kids. We were both the same age. We both were doing things that we should have not been doing at that age. That's why I tell parents to watch your children. But yes, that was like my next door neighbor, and me and him were doing things. We were the same age and everything. And now as I get older, I'm like, man, how did he know how to do those things? He was the same age as me. Who introduced him to those things? But yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't an adult. It wasn't a grown man. We were the same age. I want to put that on the record. All right. So I will do a story time about that another time, but I just want to clear that up. Okay. Is that clear? All right. 4772, call you on the air. 4772, call you on the air. 4772, call you on the air.
Mr. Wiley?
Yes, you're live on the air. Good morning.
Mr. Wiley?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Okay, hi, how you doing?
All right.
Good morning. First time calling in, Mr. Wiley, excuse me, Mr. Wiley, New York. I just wanted to chime in, try to keep it brief too. You covered a lot of things, so it's very interesting. So as far as I just wanted to talk a bit about the trans and the sexuality, and also a sensitive subject, but I like to be clear, but not offending anyone. I believe in facts over feelings. When we talk about these subjects, I think a lot of times we tap into feeling and it helps to stick with the facts because the facts aren't going to fail you. Your feelings can. So when it comes to trans and trans women, I personally have been very confused with the concept of it all. I'm a woman. I was born as one. Now I honestly feel that there's an agenda that has been being pushed, and it is multicultural, but it is growing more in the Black community. We all need men and we need women, but I honestly don't feel it's very fair. Actually, from day one, it's not right that a lot of people that have an altered sexuality, the majority of them have been abused. It's been written, it's been documented. I suggest people can look into it themselves if they wish. So from early on, that human didn't have the right experience, and that was not fair. And those demons still bother y'all, and I know it does. So it just takes time and the right support to overcome that. Someone touched on the fact that you mentioned possibly your sexuality was possibly altered, and I'm not going to speak too much on that because the caller mentioned it, and I don't know if I had enough facts in there to speak on it, but it's not right what they've done. I've studied child abuse and things like that for many years, but also now when they become an adult, I don't feel it's fair to push that agenda still. If that's your sexuality, that's fine. But for us to feel that we just got to roll with the punches that y'all throw at us, that's not fair to us. It's not just the heterosexual that I am and speaking. It's for everyone. If that's you, that's you. But you can't force me to identify you the way you identify you. I am forced by nature to go by science and I go by reality, what you were born as, not what you feel you are today, which can change tomorrow. You feel where I'm coming from?
I hear you, but what I was saying is, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. That shouldn't be that you should be negative or nasty to that person. You may not agree with their lifestyle or with their choices, but you still have to be respectful. That is what I'm teaching in this particular instance, right? You may not agree with it, but let me be clear that should people refuse to hire people because they trans? No, that's against the law. Should people be verbally abusive because you don't agree with it? No, that's wrong to do. Right? You be respectful. You may not agree with it all that, but still be respectful towards your sister if that's just how she identified. That does not give you the right to be disrespectful towards her. That's what I was preaching on. You may not agree with it, but just don't be disrespectful, is what I feel about the situation.
Okay, I definitely agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. Whether you agree with it or not, I was saying don't be disrespectful to it. But go ahead, sister. I hear you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely hear y'all. And last year, even during the protest, the LGBTQ came out too, and I gathered and exchanged information because I want to learn more. I learn every day. You can learn something every day, and it's going to enlighten us because we have to get together and communicate. We have to get together more like a team to basically get humanity back in order too, period, regardless of your sexuality. But again, I just find, and the caller before me kind of touched on how I feel. I don't think people realize how insulting it is. I'm not disrespectful to people, by the way. I have no reason to call you a name. You are a human just like me. As a woman, and we go through what we go through monthly, okay? Menstruation, we all adults. We go through things as a woman, and our feelings, our DNA is wired differently. You can't put on a performance and be a woman. You can pretend to be, and you're an actor. So when it comes to being a woman, it takes so much to be us. And we tell y'all what it takes, but sometimes I think it takes even more that we don't realize. So for a person to feel that they could just have that title and wear it, like I'll say, what was the Caitlyn Jenner, when she changed over, I said, oh, I saw her on because she goes by her, all right, on the magazine, and to be honest, it was a good look. And I was like, wow, how did they transform that? That's amazing. Now I'm looking at the amazing changes that people can do, but at the end of the day, a woman is a woman. And yes, it does feel like an insult because y'all have no idea what it really takes to be one. You gotta be one. There's only one way to be one, okay? So that's just the square I stand on. But I do wish y'all the best. You have a good show, and you got a great personality too. And I listen to other people, and I see the beefing and stuff going on, but I'm like, hey, I'm able to listen to all my brothers and sisters and hear where they're coming from, and I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sister, for giving your opinion. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We got to go to
Wiley.
Yes.
Mr. Wiley, I'm sorry. One more question. It's just funny to me. You mentioned the doll. Is it? Oh shoot, Dream Doll, right?
I did.
Yeah. So I'm somewhat familiar with her, but I do believe I like when people write their own lyrics. I'm from New York, and I know you said maybe some people not really with the times and stuff. I think it still should stand. Your performance and you as an artist will speak for itself. There's not enough women in the rap game, so sometimes a woman will win by default. Yes. There's not enough with songs out, so she becomes the best. Oh, she's the queen. We throw that title around a little too much. I don't play like that. New Yorkers don't play like that too much. You got to really want that person and feel they got it going on. So I want to know how you feel about crowning her queen, and most of the people in the chat gave it too.
I'm proud of Queen because I like her. I like her music. I like her music. And if she feel like she's the queen, she's the queen. If I get up here and say I'm the king of blogging, that's how I feel. Right? Everybody should feel like they're the king or the queen. Period. And
all right, I'm gonna check her out.
Check it out and tell me how you feel about her. So thank you so much.
Yes, I will. All
right. Thank you. Okay. Woo, y'all better love the Wiley Show. We got about 12 callers. Okay, don't hang up. If you want to be heard, we're gonna get to everybody. All right, 8997.
Good morning, Wiley.
Good
How are
morning.
you today? I feel like I've been calling you like every day. I don't know.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Maybe in a past life we were best friends or something. Listen, I want to change it up a bit. Wendy Williams looked great on her interview with The View the other day, and she doesn't look tired. She looks well rested. And I can't wait to see the biopic. But yes, she was throwing shots at what's the girl named Sharina? She was throwing shots at Sharina and things. And Wendy is still hurt and still traumatized about this situation. And so I can't wait to see it. Secondly, I'm confused. It's so many of these little girls that call themselves dolls, Asian doll, Cuban doll, dream doll. They're all cookie cutter, and it's the same thing. Now, she may be a queen in her own right, but like the little guy, Jeremiah, that came out and said he was, I think that's his name. Is that his name, Jeremiah?
Mm-hmm.
That do all the cover songs. He doesn't really do a lot of original songs, but he did like LMA songs.
Okay, I don't know who that is. I said a yes to it, but I don't know who that is. But go ahead, Bev. I don't know who
well,
that
he did.
The covers. Okay.
I think he redid like "Booed Up" or something like that. And but anyway, Keith Sweat had to check him. They was on some show on BET, and Keith Sweat had to check him and say, "You saying you the king of R&B?" And then he came back and say, "Oh, for this generation."
Yeah, that was Jaquise. Jaquise.
Yeah, him.
Jaquise.
Why I call him Jeremiah? See, that's what I'm saying. You can't be the king or queen or nothing, and nobody know your name. That's what I'm saying. Keith Sweat had to check him and tell him, "Hey, when you've been in the game as long as I have platinum records and Grammys, then you can say that you the king or something. But you can't be the king covering somebody else's music." Same thing with this young lady. She's a beautiful girl, but like somebody put in the chat, Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill came out this game. Lauryn Hill is the queen of this thing. You know her. You got Mary J. Somebody that put in the time and been in this industry and got the record sales and you ain't been in here but a hot second and you gonna call yourself the queen or something? I don't think so. And then my last point, Kenya Moore. Kenya is a hot mess, but we all saw that Mark was not into her. Even on the wedding picture, he didn't look like he was just not into her. And and I feel sorry for her because no woman should have been treated like that. And people always talking about, well, that's her karma, and you don't know what a person. Now, I'm not religious, but I am a believer. And if somebody has forgiven, just because it's not done publicly, does not mean that that person has been forgiven by the other person. We don't know if Phaedra forgave Kenya for what she's done or what she did with Apollo and stuff like that. So we can't say, well, this is her karma, but she shouldn't be treated like this. And I feel bad for the little girl because the little girl is caught in this because her mother and father is not together anymore. But Mark, if he has a reality show, he's doing that to be petty towards Kenya. But anyway, I love you, Wiley,
love
and
you too.
you have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right, you too. Thank you, ma'am. All right, we're going to go to the next caller. We're trying to get to everybody. So y'all are doing really good. No profanity. Turn me down the back. We're getting really good. Next caller, 0287. Caller, you on the air. 0287.
Hello?
Good morning. You're live on the Wiley
Hello?
Show. Good morning. You're live on the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Bless.
So I just wanted to comment. One, Wendy Williams. Everything Wendy Williams does and has done is very calculated. And I mean, it's just kind of funny. This book, this documentary and this movie all came about so fast. She's been planning this. I think her hand was forced by him having the baby and everybody finding out. But Wendy, she's had this in the works for a while. Because this movie and documentary just came out too fast. So, but I feel everything that she does is very calculated. So her going out to go say all of this stuff, you know, she could probably care less. She's just doing it just to promote her book. I mean, her to get her sales.
But they've been working on this documentary, I think, for a while now. I don't think it was rushed. From my understanding, for people that watched it, they said it's good. They said the documentary is much better than the movie did, because you know, Lifetime, it's a hit or a miss on how they do their movies. You know what I'm saying? It's a hit or a miss when they do those biopics.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it'd be pretty good. I mean, she's already wrote, you know, a book. So I don't know how much more we're gonna find out than what we already know.
But
so, we saw everything play out.
Book. I didn't read her book. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, and I'm ordering it. It haven't came in the mail yet, and I will definitely read it. But this would be for the people that did not read her book, that will not know. A lot of people, for the first time, we found a lot of things out about Wendy Williams. Now, for those Wendy Williams historians like yourself that read her book, it would just confirm to you what you already know. But a lot of people did not read her book. Like a lot of this today generation that's fans of Wendy, they probably did not read her book, because that book came out in the 90s, and half of us that watch her now that are millennials, we were kids, if not babies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so then, next topic, Kenya and Mark. So, you know, doesn't this kind of sound familiar with someone else's husband who came on the show and disappeared so fast, and then now voila, they getting their own reality show too?
It sounds that way. I guess he was out there making some deals for a show, talking to some producers and some networks.
Right. Wait, I'm trying to. I know who it is, but I forgot. But it was someone recently. Husband, you know, got married, got off. Oh no, I'm sorry, not husband. I'm talking about Tamar Braxton. That's what it is. You know, all the whole debacle with her, and then. Now he's getting his own show, or he's trying to get a show. And I'm just like, oh, this sounds like familiar. Is this the new come up for the guys?
I feel you on that. So would you be watching
and then at the same time,
you gonna watch the show? You mean the new show with Kenya husband? Would you watch it?
Oh hell no, I wouldn't watch that. I wouldn't watch that because he's disgusting. You know, he's totally disgusting. I mean, if he didn't want to be in a relationship with her, or if he was in there just for the deal, there's still a way to do things where it doesn't humiliate the woman. You understand? And in public, on social media, Kenya has never humiliated him, done anything to talk down or anything about her. So for him, you know, the little tricks that he pulled just to demean her and humiliate her, you know, it just speaks of his character to me. So no, I wouldn't watch the show. And then my thing is like, you're going to marry, get with the woman and supposedly marry. We can't still verify if they really married, but supposedly married her while she was on a reality show. You knew this is what you were getting into, but now you want to stop her from making money with because he's banning her from using the baby. So on the show now, the baby looks like a blurry circle.
All right.
You know, she can't show her baby. So if she can't show her kid, she's not going to be able to stay on that show, really. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's a part of her life and her storyline. So he's hindering her at the same time while he's trying to push himself forward in the reality world, but he's trying to take her and hold her back. I mean, to me, that just speaks of disgusting character, you know?
We thank you so very much for calling in this morning.
Okay.
All right now. All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye-bye. Okay, we're going to go to the next caller. Good morning, 2217.
Good morning, Wiley. You up here shaking the table up this morning.
That's a good thing.
Okay, I'll just get it really quick because I know you got a lot of callers. Mrs. She is not the queen of New York. We're just gonna stop that right now. we're just gonna stop that. There's nothing wrong with having confidence, but then you have to get back down to reality. Miss is not the queen. It's not the queen of New York. I'm baby. No. So I love her confidence. Girl, go forward, but no, come back down to reality. Like this. Second topic. The Wendy Show. I will not be watching it because I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. She's made an empire off of basically degrading people's lives for check, and it's understandable. She's made an empire out of it. But when they got flipped around, all of a sudden, they was like, oh, she had a relapse. She went back to rehab. She did all of this stuff. Now she comes back with like, well, I want to tell my story. But the problem with the situation is now she attacking a baby who did not ask to be here. Like the baby literally has nothing to do with it. Like, I get it. Be mad at the husband, be mad at Sabrina, be mad at all of them. I get it. But to continue to throw vitriol at a baby who don't even know you from a can of soup, even know their colors yet, is kind of pointless. To me, you need to be putting your energy towards the people that actually done you wrong, which is Kevin, Hunter, and then Sabrina, close your legs to married men. So anyway, keep on going. The next topic that you were talking about, especially with Kenya, the situation with Kenya, people always talking about karma. People are not God. You can't tell someone, I'm like, you're not God. You can't say that, oh, that's that person's karma. Did God tell you that? Did he send you a fax, an email, a text to tell you, like, this is specifically me doing karma to that person? Unless he told you that, you can't say that. You can just say, wow, well, they did put that energy out, well, maybe that's the energy, but you can't say that that's someone's karma to continue to be used. Like, because on the show, the dude literally said that he did not like reality TV shows. He didn't want to be in front of the cameras. He didn't want to do any of that. And now all of a sudden, here he comes with a TV show. Sir, I'm confused. And it's like this tit for tat attitude that people have for people. It's really, like, I seen somebody in the comments said that there was like this tit for tat attitude. I was like, it's so true, because it's destructive, because they're like, well, Kenya is a bad person, but then the people that know her in real life are like, she's not like that. That's all for a TV show. So it's just kind of like, so you're telling me so he can treat her like trash, she hasn't bashed him, and now he gets a new show. So it's just all of us, it's just bad. Now on to like the subject that basically was triggering everyone. I understood what Maddie said. The only thing I would say, it's the right message, wrong messenger, because there has been instances where Maddie has had issues with what they deem as cisgendered women or cis women. So I know, especially, unfortunately, this topic is so touchy, because when you have go into a deep dive and a really deep conversation about this, unfortunately, you can have it, because as soon as you say something that trans women find offensive, you are instantly labeled transphobic, when in actuality, you're like, okay, well, I spoke to this trans woman. They said this was different. I spoke to this trans woman, and they said that they don't want to be doing this. So it's like, you don't want to disrespect anyone, but this person might find that disrespectful. That person might not find it disrespectful. It's the same. It's kind of the same word situation about the fish situation, where trans women still call women fish, even though a lot of women are like, we don't like that word. We don't like that word. Well, it's a form of you being pretty. It's like, okay, but I don't like that word, but it's still being used. So it's such a tough subject, because the female versus the woman.
It's whatever side you on. That is one of those topics, just like religion. Everybody got a point, and somebody may leave there getting offended, and it is what it is when it comes to that subject. And that's just how it goes with it. You're right about that.
Right, and so it's like, if we want to have a genuine conversation to make sure that we that we at least attempt for women and trans women to come together, there's going to be some stuff that you're going to have to pull back. You're going to have to uncover. There's going to be some scabs that you're going to have to uncover. That's not going to be comfortable.
Conversation.
And so you can't have, because it's trans women that I've seen, because with the Jimmy Stack situation, a lot of women were just like, okay, it was a lot of women just like, okay, well, that's fine. He can be what he want to be. But do the women who are not into by men, did he tell them that? So that's really where all of the backlash start coming from. And then I don't know if you've seen it, Wiley, but it was some trans women basically blaming Black women for Black men hurting them, because they're saying that women don't make men feel comfortable enough to be who they are as a person. And so that's why when they do date trans women that they get in trouble. And it's just like, no, this isn't.
I have nothing to do with Black women.
Right.
That's just that man decision to be with a trans woman. That have nothing to do with Black women or how Black women make men feel. I don't agree with that opinion. That man just decided to deal with a trans woman, period. It ain't got nothing to do with Black women about, that just, no. Even
yeah. And so my whole thing is, I think the situation comes from the trying to differentiate sex, which is referred to like, the biological difference between a male and a female, while gender refers to like a continuum of like just a complex of psychosocial self-perception. So that's why a lot of trans women are like, no, I'm a woman, because if you say someone is a female or a male or whatnot, well, in society, males are men, or they're looked at it as, or they're manly, they're this and that. And trans women are like, that is not my perception. That is not who I am. And to me, I'm just like, can't we all just get along? But in order to get along, there's going to be stuff that we have to fix. And that's all I got to say.
We thank you so much. Good morning. Thank you. All right. We go to the next caller. While we get through the callers today, Anonymous, you live on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Wiley. How are you?
Brian, doing blessed.
Good. I just wanted to make a comment because one of the ladies said also she likes to speak on facts, and I agree. When it comes to just the fact, just speaking on the part where people think that somehow you can be manipulated or abused into becoming, and that may be true for some, to becoming gay. That's not necessarily the case. From what I learned in school, by the age of 5 or 6, what gender you like, what you're attracted to. So I don't think that it has anything to do with if you're abused or not all the time. 9 times out of 10, you've known since you are very young that you are attracted to the same sex. So there's that. And as far as the trans woman thing, can someone answer the question of why trans women are not understanding that if they stop taking their hormones today, let's just say they stop taking those pills today, by next week, by next month, by next year, what will they be?
Again,
a man, correct?
Even though
they will transition back into a man, right?
Some don't even take. You have some that are even on there and still identify as a trans woman. So that's just how I feel about it. And what we're gonna do is
like
I'm gonna get a trans woman actually on the show. We had her on again. Some of y'all know her name, Naomi. We had her on previously, and I'm gonna definitely have to call Naomi, who is a trans woman, on there to give her point of view. But it's some that's not even on hormones still identify as a trans woman. So I just have to just put that out there. Some not even on it. So that's what I'm saying. It's very important that we get a trans woman to have her opinion on it. But go ahead, sister.
So the ones that, because I'm still someone like Amaya Scott, who I love, who I share a birthday with, I think she actually had the surgery, right? So maybe she's no longer taking hormonal pills, but I still don't know that to be 100% factual. We have to look into this because as a man who was born with testosterone, I highly doubt that once you get these surgeries to transition into a woman, that you will not be you will have to take some sort of medication for you not to grow chest hairs. for you not to sound like a man, for you not to be able to have the certain urges like men. There's no way. But again, maybe we should have this conversation with the trans woman, but
it's
not
no maybe
knowledge,
we should, because when we talk about their existence, I think that it's only fair that we have a trans woman on. So, you know, but people have their thoughts and they have their opinion about the entire situation. But again, I still want people to be respectful on all parties.
Of course,
That's how I feel about it.
And let's be clear, the trans community should be respectful to women
Absolutely.
as well.
I say that for all parties. That's how I say it.
Right, because if we don't like the fact that we have to refer to trans women as actual women and then we have to be called cis women, we have every right to be a little bit confused and bewildered from that, because it's not really making sense as to why we have to be called something else, but you can be the actual gender. We have to start making it make sense. But I'm willing to protect them. I'm willing to, fight for them, but we're going to have to make this a little bit more understandable, because when you look at it and when we're speaking about it out loud, it just does not make any sense at all. But I respect them and I want us to be one. I want us to be together, but we're going to have to make it make sense. And just one last comment about Wendy Williams, because it kind of triggers me when people are like, she's bashed people all her life and da-da-da. Okay. If we didn't have Wendy Williams, Wiley, you wouldn't be able to do the things that you do, right? Like, if we didn't have somebody like Wendy Williams start the mess, we would not have Wiley Marquise be able to continue the mess. Like, it would not exist, okay? So we have to stop beating Wendy up. Yes, she did some ruthless things. Yes, she probably took it too far with a lot of people like Method Man and et cetera. But that's her job. That's journalism. That is what we constantly are waking up early at 8 a.m. to tune into. Without her, we would not be able to get you. No one would care, right? So let's stop doing Wendy like this. Let's support her. She's been through enough. She's messy, yes, but so is everybody else. So are we, for even being tuned in this early in the morning. So let's leave it at that. But I love you, Wiley. Please get a trans woman on here.
And we will. We definitely will do.
Yeah, a trans woman, because I am not a cis woman.
Okay.
I'm not a fish. I'm not none of that. Yes. I am a woman. Okay? I'm feeling it right now on my cycle. So yeah, love you. Have a great day today.
Love you too. Thank you so very much. Good morning. Okay.
All right.
All right. Going to the next caller. 9867, call you on the air.
Yes, hello, good morning, Wiley and Maz and Chad. This is the voice from New York, and shout out to the icon of New York, which pushed me to saying Dream Doll is not the queen of New York. Now, she could be the queen of our mascot, which everyone knows, the sewer rats, or the queen of our staple food, which is bacon, egg, and cheese, but she's definitely not the queen of New York. And I'm tired of people trying to come in and sound the queen of New York, but have no bars, no style, and you just an industry plant. And the reason why Dream Doll is able to be where she is because she's light-skinned and she's pretty, Besides that, she's talentless. I mean, it's unfathomable how people always trying to be queen of New York. Like, I know New York is popping. I know everyone wants to be like us. I understand. But no, baby girl, you got to take a back seat and you got to earn that spot. Moving on with Kenya Moore and her ex-husband who played her. I feel like sometimes you have to use discernment with your relationships and read the room. Unfortunately, he probably used Kenya for a come up. Kenya was also at the peak of being a certain age where she wanted to have children. And most of the time, women rush relationships and settle for certain issues. And he used her platform to build his own platform. Now, what's going to happen when he starts that show? He knows people are going to tune in for any gossip that he may have in regards to Kenya. And only thing Kenya wants to do is be loved. That's all she wants. Her mother didn't love her. Remember when she knocked on the door? Like, Mom, it's me, Kenya. Her mother didn't love her. And I just feel like that's all she wants from life, is having a family and be loved by whoever she's around. And unfortunately, he played her. He disrespected her on Real Housewives of Atlanta several times. I'm surprised she never stepped earlier on. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, so this LGBTQAI, because that's like N+, is a very touchy subject. and I just want to put out there first before I give my views, is not everyone's going to agree with what you do and your lifestyle. And we have to be okay that what works for you may not work for me, right? So we have to be respectful, be mindful, and stop using the word transphobia, because transphobia is a fear. And as a woman, I am not fearful of anyone who's trans. So I'm going to get that out there. I am not cisgender, and I understand what it means to be cisgender, right? I mean, it's making it seem like it's organic chemistry, and I graduated a chemistry degree, cis and trans. So I completely understand why I don't want to be considered as cis, and I don't want to be considered as fish. That's because just on that PG-13 thing. The reason why Black women feel certain type of way against trans women is because sometimes Black trans women look like they're trying to eradicate the Black women's voices. And I think it happens because Black trans women have patriarchal ideas, because they still feel like they can bamboozle us. Because, I don't see this issue when it comes to white trans women compared to white women, or even Black trans men. White guy don't come at Black trans men, because you know why? Because Black men have patriarchal views and still believe you're not really a guy. But for us Black women, we always get some type of heat if we have an opinion, and it's kind of like, and I just want to say, there are women or Black women or women in general who can't reproduce children. Okay, that doesn't mean they're less than a woman because they can't reproduce children. I know people mention menstrual cycles, but people who have Turner syndrome, XO chromosomes, sometimes they don't have a menstrual cycle. There's women who have, FXY chromosomes, and they can't do that either. And this is where sexuality and gender are completely different. Gender is what you identify with, and that does start at a young age, around 5 or 6, right? And I do agree that the procedure to be, you could be a trans woman and still sleep with women. You could be a trans woman and sleep with men, right? Because it's what you identify with, and who you sleep with could be completely opposite of what you identify with. That's another issue that I think is kind of like gray areas. I know someone mentioned, if you're a trans woman, why you don't want to sleep with women. There are trans women who do sleep with women. There's actually a case where a trans woman and a trans man came together. So the trans man is the one who was carrying the baby, and the trans woman, it was like a lot going on in that story. It's on YouTube. And I think the conversation gets very murky is when Black women start to speak out on the injustices that we go through, and it's kind of like Black trans women trying to invade our space and trying to overtake our whole space and silence us, because they still have this patriarchal ideas that, you are, but, I'm more important. And everyone is important, and everyone needs to be respectful for that. Right. For example, when Black Girls Magic occurred, Wiley, Black trans women was upset that they weren't included in Black Girls Magic. It's like, and I hopefully you do bring not only a trans woman involved, but I want to hear from trans men, because their voices are also silent. And I think the reason being is because a lot of people don't consider them real men. And that's not fair to trans men as well. I think that's my only opinion on this issue, to love one another and to be respectful. But also understand what we're doing. All
right, thank you.
But thank you, Wally.
All right, you have a good one. Good morning. All right, we're going to go to the next caller. We're going to keep it short because we got about 9 or 10 minutes left. 5047, caller, you on air.
Good morning, Wiley. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, I hear nothing.
Good morning. Speak on it.
Oh, good morning. There you are. Hey, okay, let me get straight to it, because this whole dream doll thing had me over here cracking up. I ain't going to agree with Girly. All I'm going to say is this. We literally watched Love and Hip Hop, where they showed the reel of Megan Thee Stallion saying she was the queen and all this and all that. That's called manifestation, baby. I ain't saying she the queen, but who's to say she can't be? Who's to say she can't be? It's manifestation. Speaking into existence. Leave that girl alone. Next subject. Kenya and Portia are just alike. They getting old. They wanted a baby. They found a dude that meets some requirements, and they did it. She kind of did get her karma. She wanted a man. Okay, one thing about it is I think people missed the point where in the beginning, he really didn't want to be a part of the show that much. He didn't really want the limelight, but she knew that it was going to make her storyline. So I do believe behind the scenes, she convinced him to come on the show, and she sold the whole, you can do this and you can do that. But they did say, I forgot who said it, but it was said in the interview that he was worried about the way her personality on the show would affect his restaurant brand. So I guess once he seen that it had a positive effect on it, he got hooked on it and he wanted it. He went from not really caring to being thirsty. Her and Portia need to just ask Shamina for a family reunion invitation to her little African husband so they can find one of his cousins and sit their ass down somewhere. Butt down somewhere, excuse me. As far as Wendy Williams, Wendy is going to capitalize on everything she got going on. Understand that there is a coin involved. She knows exactly what she's doing. That's why she mentioned that baby. She has a relationship with Kelvin now, a little civil relationship. She mentions the baby. She mentions Shamina. Don't think for a second in some type of way, shape, or form. These folks is going to capitalize off this woman saying her name. What she did was she sat back and let everybody else have their opinion while everything unraveled. And she said, okay, I'm going to speak my piece, but I'm going to speak my piece when it's beneficial and it's a coin involved. Like she said, she got alimony to pay. She got tuition to pay. She know exactly what she doing. As far as this whole fish thing and everything, can we just all love each other? God said love each other. If they want to be called a woman and you don't agree with it, then just don't approach them, period. Stay away from that in particular person. You ain't got to be disrespectful on no end. That goes for trans women, real women, whatever. Because what I don't understand is I literally have trans women that I grew up with from the ground up. I watched them before they transitioned be called girl, the S word. We was walking around calling them girl, and as grown women, we have gay male friends that we call girl all the time. But then there's an issue when they want to transition and want to be approached as a woman. I don't get that. Respect it. Let people live their life. People say stuff like that is a sin. Okay, but we over here popping out babies as real women without the ring on our finger. Ain't that a sin? If they going to hell, we going to hell. If y'all really want to get down to it, just love everybody. Life's too short. If we spend 4 years calling Donald Trump president, if they want to be called a woman, call them a woman. Have a good one, though, everybody. I love y'all.
Love you. Good morning. Okay. Hey. All right. Let's go to the line. 3071.
Hi, Wiley. I have to agree with the last caller. Like, I go up for T.S. Madison. I don't have an issue with trans women at all, nor trans men. I think people have to realize that they have a fear because they think trans women are going to get their black men. The black men that they do get, they don't want you anyway. They want who they want. So stop having this fear of trans women. You don't have to accept it. That's on you. I accept it. And I respect it. You know, for us in the Black community, and I hate saying that, we always tell people to live in their truth. As soon as somebody lives in their truth, it's, you're wrong for that. A lot of people are on that pick me, I'm better than you. And I don't get it. Trans women will be here forever, just like trans men. And you have to also think of, what are you doing wrong that people should be judging? I just think that a lot of people, especially in your comments, are bitter. They not getting teen, and they just need to get over it. So T.S. Madison, I love her. I want the best for her. I don't care if anybody calls me cisgender or fish, because I don't smell like fish. A lot of you guys get that you feel bitter about that because you probably do stink down there. And that's probably why a man doesn't want you. You're probably not as cute as some of the trans women. So get over it. Just stop with the foolishness, and it's ignorance.
We thank you, and good morning to you too. Okay, she said what she said. Okay, let's go down there. Good morning, Anonymous. You live on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Wiley. I definitely agree with the last caller. All of that hate towards trans women and the LGBT community only boils down to two things, and that's religion, a fake religion at that, and that's insecurities. Let's just say this. Let me go back. You don't see trans women going around calling themselves trans female. They call themselves trans women because women is a social construct. It's not scientific. Female is scientific. A lot of trans women know that they are not female, but they are a woman. Woman is, you have to wear the color pink and you have to play with baby dolls and all that. That's what a woman is. Trans women don't call themselves trans female. They call themselves trans women. And I think if people get a little more educated in that, then they will understand the difference and why they're called trans women. But let's be honest, Wiley, a lot of these black people, they don't want to educate. They just want to continue to oppress because black people are the most oppressed and we want to oppress others also. We want to go out here and scream Black Lives Matters and all of that. But when it comes down to our LGBT brothers and sisters who are black and happen to be gay or happen to be transsexual, they don't care about us. And that's why I really am not a fan of the Black Lives Matter movement. Like, I'll just look at the TV and just roll my eyes. Because if that was one of us out there being killed or shot by the police, oh, well, he was gay and, he went against our religion. The funny thing is, black people hate everything about slavery except Christianity. And that's the reason why there's so many black people that hate the gay people is because of Christianity, what a man wrote in a book. And it's really pathetic. I would really wish that black people would come out of the bondage of Christianity because it is fake. Before we were brought here as slaves, we were not Christians. Let's be real. We were not worshiping Jesus. Let's be real. And let's learn our history. Let's educate ourselves. But like I said, I really do hope you get a black trans woman on your show.
Oh, we will.
But to be honest with you, I really don't believe that's going to change anything, especially, looking in the comments from
90 seconds.
All the hate that has been, they're talking about trans women. That's not going to change anything because they don't want to learn. And at the end of the day, like I said, it boils down to Christianity and it boils down to jealousy. When someone says transphobia, phobia is not you being afraid of a trans person. Phobia is the fear of a trans person taking over. Phobia is the fear of a trans person, having the same rights as you. That's where the phobia comes in. Like I said, I used to work at the Amazon warehouse, and there were a whole bunch of people who worked there. And there's this one trans woman who worked there. And, I just happened to, on our break, I just happened to sit by her and start talking to her. And she started spilling so much tea about the guys in the warehouse that we worked with, about who was, DMing her, who she was texting, who she was having sex with, from the supervisors all the way down to the janitors. And it's like, you would be surprised of how many of these men out here who are straight, masculine, buff, really hard men, you would be surprised of how many of them really mess with trans women. So let's not sit on here and judge, because you never know. Your husband could be one of those men who's messing with trans women. You would never know. So let's not sit on here and judge and hate, okay? And let's not get too much on T.S. Madison, because I think a lot of your callers are misunderstanding what T.S. Madison said. T.S. Madison said
10 seconds.
It is not the public, it is not the public's right to know who you have sex with. It is not the public's right. It's the person you are intimate with right to know you have sex with. And if you are having sex with a transgender woman and you are in a relationship with a cisgender woman, then it is not that trans women's obligation to tell the person that you're in a relationship that you are having sex with them. That's what T.S. Madison was trying to say.
We thank you so very much for calling in. All right, people. Now we're down to our last callers for this morning. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 callers left. All right. Nobody else can call in, so these are just the last 8. 6268, calling on air.
Yes. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Yes. I want to defend my gay community. I grew up with them. You understand? They're the most decent, down-to-earth, beautiful, loving people you ever want to meet in the world. And I get offended with people that call themselves heterosexual to think that they even want a relationship with them. Honey, they too fly for you, baby. They're not interested in people that don't want them. Let me explain something to you. I would have a gay person watch my grandchildren before I would have a heterosexual, okay? Because that's a secret, perverted, probably person. You understand? You can't judge or say, I hate for people to be saying gay people are heterosexual, are perverted people and will molest your children. Gay people will love your children, feed your children, clothe your children, give their life for your children, help save your children's life. Get out of here with that. That's got to stop. Now, as far as, let me tell you something. When we had these helicopters, people was altered. You understand? Blame Johnson & Johnson for people knowing that they was born this way. It was in the immunization shots, in the free cheese, in the food. They was altered to be that way. And that's the bottom line. Their genetics was changed. You think they choose a life to want to have sex with the same sex? No. It was their genetics was changed in their mother womb. You understand? When the government first wanted to start destroying the black man or people of the world. This is what's going on. So I just want this to stop right here. You understand? Judging gay people to be perverted, that must be stopped because they're not perverted. They're some of the most decent, professional, fly people that ever walked and loving people that ever walked the face of this earth. Me and my girlfriend, I lived in Harlem. You understand? My girlfriend, she called herself liking other women. That's what she did. That's what she did. Baby, I bathed in front of her. We slept together. She never tried to touch me or nothing like that. Come on, man. This guy's got to stop. My beautiful young generation of gay men, you understand, they didn't want to come out to me that they was gay. I said, baby, you are what you are. You a human being. You God's child. That's who you are. And I'm going to love you for who you are and what you do in your life. I'm not going to judge you. You a pedophile. Oh, this. My daughter's like, oh, Mom, I don't want him around my little brother. I don't want him around. Honey, my friend was homeless. I let him stay in my living room with his lover in my living room. Okay, and my son was in the same house. He wasn't going to affect my child. You understand? If he seen somebody trying to jump my child in the street, he's the one that defend our life. You understand? When my girlfriend, when my daughter's son wanted to beat us up, he was here. He said, I want him to knock on the door again. Man up, baby. Come on. And as far as transgenders are concerned, bless their soul.
We get your, this your last point because we got to move on to the next caller. Finish your last point.
Okay, now as far as Kenya Moore, we need to get rid of her. Nene, Portia, and Nene and Phaedra. Nene, Phaedra, and what's the other one that they got rid of that made that House of Sheree? They need to have their own show. Kenya needs to be gone. She's nasty. She's mean to everybody. She's getting just what she deserves. If she's gonna allow this man to do that for her and make her life just to make another dollar, because I don't even like the way she treats. I feel that she treats her dogs better than she treats her daughter. I'm sorry,
thank you so
but
much for
thank
calling
you.
in.
I love
right.
the show. You had to bang on me. You had to bang on me when I had talked to you about Mary J. You had to bang on me because
thank
I
you,
used
caller.
a foul word.
All right, thank you, caller.
All right, thank you.
Okay, y'all. Literally, we got like 5 minutes left, and I got to go. Okay, I got a meeting that I have to attend, so we got about 5 minutes left. So get your point across quickly. 5347, call you on air. 5347. Good morning. 5347. All right, we're gonna go to the next caller. Okay, Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, there's no such thing as a black LGBT. The same racism you face as a gay person, you face as a black person. You notice the white LGBT community never shows up for a black trans person being discriminated against or harmed. So a lot of us think if we get under the LGBT umbrella, we escape being black. No, you're still black. A trans man is a female with the artificial penis, with no feeling, no veins, no blood going through it. That's mental illness.
That's your opinion. I don't think that's mental illness, though. But go ahead. I disagree with you on the mental illness piece. I don't think that's mental illness. That's your right if you want to do that. I don't think it's mental illness, though.
Come on, Wiley. You're an intelligent brother.
That's my personal belief. But what's your last point you making?
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm being logical.
Okay.
Having a female suck your plastic dildo, you don't feel that.
Okay. You may not feel it, but hey, that's just whatever. But okay.
Okay. As far as now Maddie, I like Maddie for Maddie's personality. You know, she's funny, real funny, and entertaining. And I don't really care about what she do outside of entertainment. That's her personal business. But as a trans community, you know, some of y'all gonna have to lighten up. If you have a penis, you are male. You're a man. Trans means to transform and change.
All right. We thank you so much. I'm gonna go to the next caller. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Now we moving around. We're trying to get the. All right. Y'all is calling in today. 7441. Calling on air. 7441. 7441. All right. Anonymous, you live on air.
Now listen, that last asthma caller, he hit it dead on the head. He told the truth about everything. Number one, he is LGBT because he said it, so he said LGBT, he's a part of that. The caller prior to that, the DMX sounding chick who sounded, she just put a crack pipe down. If your daughter asked you, Mommy, please don't let them watch us, not even because you don't even know if that's the reason why she didn't want the guy to watch her, the transgender guy and his lover, as you say, that slept on your sofa. And you said, girl, please, and you let her babysit them anyway. Jaguar needs to call DCF on your behind, because that is an issue. When you have a little girl saying, don't allow these two men to babysit me. Why are they babysitting you? It sounds like, again, he was out in the street smoking crack. I'm just saying. Now, as far as the umbrella, the guy who says he doesn't like Black Lives Matter, he rolls his eyes because Black people don't care for transgender or whatever, that is a lie. Black people are the most accepting people in the world, on the face of the earth. Otherwise, we would be out in the street killing every white person we saw because of slavery. We are some forgiving people. So we accept you. What we're simply saying is treat us respectfully. Now, again, I know that you have a little thing with Maddie. You know her the whole nine. But again, back to Maddie. I too watch Maddie, and Maddie has her ways when it comes down to talking about Black females, Wiley. And I'm sorry, we have the right to have our opinion. You can't say you're a woman, respect me, call me by these different pronouns, but then when we say, okay, we don't like when you say this about Michelle Brown, calling her a man in a dress, and you can say all this different stuff about ATL and about Kaya, because when you're beefing, it's fine. Okay, but when we beef, we can't use those terminologies. So I'm just saying, keep it simple, keep it even. Since everyone keeps saying we're all human, yes, that's true, we're all human, but we all should be respected. And that's it.
Well, thank you, caller. Because I cannot miss my interview today. 3154, calling on air. I'm actually kind of nervous. 3154, calling on air.
Oh, what you nervous about?
No, go ahead, Carla. What's the subject? What's on your
Oh,
mind?
okay. Good morning. How you doing? I'm make it quick. I know you ready to go. I wanted to comment on the fish thing. You know, we don't like that. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up again. You know, women go, even if you don't even have to have like a bad hygiene. You can be wearing a sanitary napkin and maybe you left it on a little bit too long and it's gonna, you know, cause an odor. And as a woman who was not born female, you can't relate to that. You don't understand. It's like when white people calling us nigger, the N-word, and we're asking them not to. And this, well, it just means this to me, and it just means that to me. Well, I don't like it. And if I sat around calling you bro, you said you don't want to be referred to as a man, so I'm respecting the fact that you want me to refer to you as her. Why can you not respect the fact that I don't want you to, you know, refer to me as fish? Why the LGBT jump up to be so sensitive about every little thing somebody says to them? Y'all don't give those same considerations to other people. What you think about that, Wiley?
I hear you on that. Regardless of what it is, I think both parts should be respectful to each other. That's what I believe.
Right,
I believe in being respectful and having love, and don't be disrespectful. You have your rights and that one have their rights, and just come together in peace and love. That's what I feel about it.
Exactly. Love, peace, and joy. And so my other point was when you see the transgender like man, or like I kind of don't really know how to say it, and you go and you participate in women's sports, and your testosterone and all your genetics are that of a male. So it was the guy, and he was doing the MMA, but he feels like he's a woman, and he whooped that girl ass. She was the queen of the sport. Oh no cussing. I'm sorry. He got a foot. So when you see it's a sport like that, it's not equally yoked. That girl was one of the top. She was like barely lost 2 fights ever in her whole fighting career. But you get in here and fight a man, he done broke her nose, he done cracked her eye socket. Like, you're a man, you shouldn't be getting in there fighting a woman. You know that's not fair. You knew you was gonna win. What you gonna sign up for a competition for? And yeah, you know you're gonna win. The dude was great running track. He ran all the girls, just whoosh. Just slid right on past them. You don't get to participate in women's sports, okay? You can say you're a woman, but you still don't get to compete with a woman on that level, an organic woman. That's what I refer to it as. And anybody, if you don't want somebody calling you bro, then don't refer to people as, don't be calling me stuff I don't want to be called, and I'm going to respect you as a human off top. Always, I'm going to respect you as a human. But let's respect each other. Don't just act like we only owe it to your side because you're LGBTQ. You owe it to me because I'm human, and I owe it to you because you're human. Let me hurry up and go. Kenya, that wasn't no marriage. There was no courting. It seems like there was not a courting process. How could it be a marriage if y'all just did not court? It seems like there was an arrangement, and I can't feel sorry for that because Kenya is old enough and grown enough to know, regardless of if he was treating her right or not, you know that shit wasn't no, I'm sorry, you know that wasn't no natural, no courting.
I feel you on that.
I don't feel like Kenya her. She wanted to play this role. She's sitting on camera crying. I'm just so hurt. It kind of makes me irritated because I feel like this is the role that she wants to take on. You always you have the option of doing something else or having a different storyline, be your main focus, but you like sitting on camera crying. Oh, I just don't know what to do.
Well,
okay, that's it, Wiley. I know you gotta go. Stop trying to compete with us in sports, and I can call you.
Right, thank you. Okay, we go get to the last caller. All right, this is the last one. Anonymous, you live on the air. Hey. Good morning.
Hey. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into it. Jimmy Smacks is bisexual. If you sucking on peen, you're bisexual. There's no way you can identify as a straight man. You're bisexual. To the women got to stop allowing these men to tell them who they are and what they want, and being so conformed to men. Women have to stop protecting these men when these men are not protecting women. Okay, and that goes for straight, bi, gay, trans, They're all men. And these trans people want to identify as women and want us to respect them as women, but they don't respect biological women. And they want us to conform. That's just another man telling a woman what to do. And that's not something that we should accept or we should have to deal with. And that's on period. Because at the end of the day, they have a ping, they're using it. That person that was in that video with Jimmy Smack was talking about suck it, suck it, suck it. So they was getting feeling, they was getting a rise out of it. They ejaculated out of it. Jimmy Smack was down there sucking on it. He's bisexual. And that trans person, that's still technically a man. They're still using that part down there to get a feeling. If you notice, statistically, the majority of them do not cut it off. No matter how much steroids they take or how much medication they take, they still use it. So at the end of the day, they're still men, no matter what they want to identify as. We can call you a woman, but when you were born, you were still born a boy that transitioned to a man that now wants to be identified as a woman. Okay, that's identified as. Not that you are a woman, you want to be identified as a woman. So you have to respect women. They want us to respect everything that they have to say and everything and how they feel, and we should support, but they don't put no support behind us. And then that man that was calling in about the whole Black Lives Matter because he's LGBT, sir, do you not know when something happened to you, only thing we gonna know is that you black and a black man got shot by the police? We're not gonna know whether or not you were gay, straight, trans, bi. We're not gonna know nothing about that. When those trans women got killed in New York, did you see how many black people that was not a part of the LGBT community that got out there in March for those people that were screaming trans lives matter? See, that's my problem with the gay men. They want people to conform to them, but they don't want to be a part of the whole black community because they don't feel like the black community supports them. Well, we do support them, but they don't support the black community, which is sick. It's sick. Because at the end of the day, you still black. And that's all I want to say on that. Like, we have to have respect for ourselves and they have to respect us, but we have to demand respect. We cannot continue to keep conforming to their ideology of what we should accept and what we should be okay with. Because if we're not okay with it, we're not okay with it. We should not have to call transgenders women because they are technically not women. They just want to be identified as women. I don't care how much makeup you put on. I don't care how much titties you get. I don't care how much booty you got. You still got a penis and you still use it. You're still a man, period. And if any person that sleeps with a trans woman, you are bisexual. That's the only way you can put it. Bisexual.
All right, thank you so very much.
All right.
I want to say clearly, thank everybody for calling in. If you did not get a chance to call in, sorry, call in earlier. Make sure I'll leave a comment about it. This is a very, 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 very important thing to do. Make sure you like the video. Please leave us a comment. We was on for 2 hours. We want to thank you to everybody that sent us donations today. This is why it's so important because we on here for 2 hours. Thank you so very much. I will be back live again. Gotta go. Thank you to all the moderators that came in represented today. Shout out to everybody. If you not get a chance to call in, please leave me a comment below on how you really feel about it. We do respond to the comments. So comment after the video is done. Leave us a like. Shout out to y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We respect. We love everybody. We will have a trans woman on the show. So I'm going to book a trans woman on the show to educate us and to have that conversation because I don't like having conversations about trans women and don't have a trans woman. So I'm going to get a trans woman on the show. I probably want to call my girl Naomi and bring her back on the show. But y'all have a good one. Thank you. Peace.